Okay, these are a series of fights that I caught of Yip and Edward fighting. So I just wanted to talk through those as well. Great multiple attacks from Edward, just to start things off. As always, just as at the end, if you want to review these videos, I'll have the full kind of standard recording at the very end that you can fast forward to after these. But yeah, great strike, great strike, great strike, great. The only thing is that these multiple attacks should lead into those kills. 4 strikes, all about an inch away. A little extra lean from Edward probably could have gotten those, but great stance, great approach as we're coming in. Okay, okay, coming back in. See, that's a great strike and riposte from Edward here. So let's back up to where Yip comes in. So comes in for the strike. Right, we get a nice little block as Yip is retreating. Edward steps in, gets that nice, pretty extension with a combination of footwork and extension of the legs. Right, to strike quickly before Yip can respond. Okay, but really good retreat on Yip's part to survive those multiple attacks at the beginning. Okay, great block attack combo again from Edward. Okay, so we're coming in. Yip's going to strike. Lovely multiple attack. I love that extra, like, first strike comes in, the second strike fully commits. Right, Edward gets this beautiful 4 block right here, and then steps in, sliding his fort along the blade, coming in towards the opening opportunity. Right, full control, lands the kill. Like, that's a great block attack. Block attack combo with block 4. Come back in. Okay. Ah, nice. Even though, let's see. So great multiple attacks from Yip at this point. Okay, she has the inside line. She's going to strike in here. Strike, doesn't quite get it, but I love the commitment to disengage and strike again. From going from one side to the other side and continue striking in while pressing forward with the footwork. Really good, and it just was too much. Even though Edward has this 4 block, she came in fast enough, quick enough, and with enough pressure that she's able to land the kill. Like, that's a combination of footwork, multiple attacks, that well placed point control lends to that kill, and it's fantastic. Okay. All right, we're going to keep going. What a beauty shot. Right. Okay, so we're in here. If we look at the stance, okay, we've got a very clean stance from Yip. I love this. We've got a very clean stance from Edward. Now, the thing is you'll notice that Edward has his offhand out of play. He is much more in line. His place his body much more in line with his sword. So, like, this is a very classic fencing stance where your body is kind of set to rotated to the side a little bit, versus Yip, who has more of that boxing stance where the arm is forward, the shoulders are essentially perpendicular with the blade. And this is great to get both arms in play, but Edward's side stance kind of lets it be so he has a much more narrow target. It's kind of the difference between your body being here and like, here's your shoulders, here's your shoulders. Like, there's a wider target. If you kind of rotate, so now your body is more like this and your shoulders are like this, sure, your offhand is over here, not able to be in play, but you've got a smaller target. Okay. Okay. I think this is a great, great moment and timing. You can see that Yip's strike is not quite in range, and he's able to catch a little bit with the quillions, but a combination of angling and hinging and, taking a step out to the side and angling in gave him the opportunity to get that kill when Yip wasn't quite in range. So he was still in safety to move out at an angle rather than just straight in. Good retreat. Okay. Good snipe. Okay. I like this. This is where range can win the day. We've got Yip who's stepping in. Right. Just that little step right down here puts Yip in position where Edward is now suddenly in range. A quick step forward, an extension while Yip isn't quite ready for it, leads to a quick snipe shot, which is fantastic at in those moments. That's when range is winning the day versus anything else. Range and footwork. We get back in here. So pretty. Okay, good blocks, good blocks. Okay, good retreats. Really good footwork from Edward. I'd expect nothing less, but he's doing awesome. Oh man, nice. Okay, let's just watch that in slow motion again. So what I mean by like really good footwork, okay, so let's just watch Edward's footwork for a second, okay? He's here, he's stepping, pushing with his back foot. Okay, when he needs to retreat, you can see that his foot just came down, but now he's pushing with this one. He's picked this up and he's pushing this way, which makes it for a very quick, there, catches with the back foot. His guard is up at all times. Steps back, gets clear out of range, right? And then after the press, he steps back in, gets position again, and then advances. The only thing I wish would have happened was perhaps his sword was staying up, but he's far enough away that he can do that with relative safety. Okay, but he doesn't. He uses his controlled footwork to get just in range, but not quite. Maybe for him to be in range and Yip out of range, because Yip strikes, and even with an extension and a step, she can't quite get to him. So he uses his footwork to just adjust to make sure. All without using his blade. It's all footwork, defending himself with footwork. Okay, we're seeing that stance, that balanced stance. Here he comes, gets back online. We're not now in a position where both can strike at each other in range. Yeah. I'm guessing that led to a bit of a double. If anything, Edward definitely got the kill. Yeah. But Yip looked like Yip also got it. So some jockeying. Okay. Man, nice. Okay, let's back that up. Okay. Again, really good footwork. Jockeying. Okay, Yip comes in. We get a nice 3 block right here with Edward. He maintains control as he uses his footwork to get in, puts his fort on Yip's foible. He's trying to go in for a hinge, but he's closed distance a little too quickly. Yip's blade is still in the way, so he can't quite get the tip in. He's maintaining control. Yip, this is what I love to see. This is where I wish would have happened in some other fights. But Yip has pulled her sword back to get it free and away, putting her body right here. This is between Edward and her sword. Lets her get her sword free, so she's not worried about Edward's blade hand kind of controlling it. This makes Edward immediately realize that he's the one in danger now, which pushes their opponent away. Okay, Yip has control of his blade. That switch, that dynamic between suddenly you were the one in control, but suddenly now you're the one in danger, typically forces someone to retreat. So if you want someone to retreat, try to change that dynamic. Edward's footwork is able to very quickly drive him backwards into safety, right? So very quickly he's creating distance. Yip is stepping in with some slip steps, right? And the fact that Edward is able to retreat so quickly means that he can be back into a position where his sword can come into play, and with that strike, he's able to get that block in. Still retreating, still retreating. He's able to have enough time to block, right? Still block, get the strike back in, and then the fact that he has enough distance and he can keep his sword. You see his sword is still playing in here. It's not off to the side. He's keeping his tip on line with his opponent. Throwing that shot back in on an opponent that's moving this way means they'll just walk right into it. Right? So for this, I think Edward's quick retreat, quick control, getting his sword back in play as fast as possible, and keeping that tip on line led to the kill. And if Yip was able to, instead of have this kind of here, bring it back up into a more defensive, ready, attack and then block combo. She was very close to getting that kill, right? But then right here, it didn't. I guess look, she's able to get it, block it. So then now we're closing distance again, and Edward gets that draw, right? That was a pretty impressive little back and forth. I think both of them did really well. Advancing, retreating, getting free, moving back. Like both of them had such quick reactions on all of these motions, which was fantastic. Okay, goes for the arm. Good shots. What an explosive strike from Edward. Okay, so let's just look at that last again. Okay. All right. We're here. We're coming in, jockeying for position, having a conversation. Edward is stepping, inching forward. Yip is moving back. Okay, I think Edward timed this really well. So this all started with this conversation that's been happening with the swords. Okay, so we back it up a little bit. Okay, both of them are inching around, trying to get a feel for where everyone's kind of settling in. Okay, so they're conversing. Okay, Yip steps back. Now their swords are away. They're not touching each other, but they're still conversing. Okay, Yip's sword has just moved forward. Okay, right? But now she's moving it back. These back and forth motions are fantastic things to pay attention to because the momentum and the direction of movement can clue you in on whether or not this is a moment of safety or a moment of danger, right? When Yip's sword is moving forward, that is a moment of danger, right? Because the momentum of the sword is driving the sword towards you, okay? When the sword is moving backwards, that means the sword is moving in this direction away from you, which means it's a moment of safety. In order for the sword to turn from safety to danger, Yip has to stop moving backwards and begin moving forward. That takes time, right? So she's moved forward, moment of danger, moving backwards. This is a great time because it's not threatening you. So if you can follow that direction, it means you'll be driving towards your opponent. And this is what Edward's about to do. This sword has moved forward. It has now started to move backwards, which means it's safe to move in. Okay. So you see how he's now moving, and before Yip can do anything, the sword has to stop. Right? And by the time the sword starts moving forward again, Edward is already fully extended into that strike. Right? And Yip comes down, slaps the arm, but the tip is in. for that kill before Yip can get the sword tip online. Really good timing, really good footwork, really good aim, and recognizing that moment is what led to that really explosive strike that Yip couldn't respond to. So really good on Edward. So watching for those moments, paying attention to where those moments of safety and danger are, can lead to strikes like that in a well-timed, action. So well done to both of them.
Dead, that's good.
Oh, we're being.
Oh, no. You do so good at that.
Dead. Nice.
Oh, it's right here. Wow had to do whatever it wants here. My kill range here.
Dead. Good.
Yeah?
Yeah, right here.
Dead. Good.
Nope.
Was that good?
No, it's too late. Thank you.
That was good.
There we go. Dead. Good. Me legs hurt.
How's the footwork you've been having to do?
Sorry, that came off sloppy.
Oh,
I wouldn't give up.
Are you good for
I
another
don't know
night?
how
Or
I
do you
think
need
that
a
was a
break?
double. Yeah, I'm good. Good for a few more.
Sweet.
Good. No, I'm dead. I'm dead.
Last fight?
Sure.
Nice. You're so good at those.
Thank you.